Hey, he got flowers in my feet. You one of these? Hey, 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 hey. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Julia's World of Soul. I am finally back with another video. I know y'all been like, JR, where have you been? Listen. I've been representing R&B Rep for real, but we going to get into all of that. But before y'all do anything, I want y'all to share, to like, subscribe to Junior's World of Soul, and all of that good stuff. But as you can hear, I came in with LMA, one of these, which is a banger, yo. You can't help but to get your 8-town stump with that. And you know why? Because of the sample that she used. She used the CeeLo and the Timberland. I be around. Hey, that joint is a banger for real, for real. But listen, it's about to be a party. I hope y'all ready, because I got some bangers for y'all today. So listen, if you're new to Junior's World of Soul, current R&B Bangers is all about showing that, unfortunately, we got to go and we got to search. Now, R&B genre just doesn't get the respect, and I saw it. So, like almost 10 years ago, y'all, 10 years ago, I created this show where I talk about joints, 4 to 6 joints a week, just to let y'all know that it's out there. We got to go search for it. R&B ain't getting respected. You see, we ain't got the Soul Train Awards no more. We ain't got, our R&B categories don't get the love at any award show. It's always the precast, or it always before the show happens. So unfortunately, it's just how R&B goes. But R&B is in the DNA of all music anyway, so it ain't going nowhere. But that's why I created the show. But for real, I got 4 bangers for y'all today, and I'm so excited to get into them. So let's just go, because I know y'all got people to see, people to do. I know I don't want to keep y'all long, because attention spans everything, for real, for real. So let's get into this. So starting it off with my girl Teyana Taylor, who is very, very talented. We've seen this girl was talented ever since she was 16. For real, for real. You know what I mean? And she's just been doing it. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, as a writer, as a producer, as a choreographer, just everything. The girl just got the full thing. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I got to just show her some love. Well, fortunately, I got to show her some love. You know what I mean? With her going through her divorce, I know that had to be tough on her for real, and on the family and all that good stuff. And it got a little nasty for real. So definitely want to pray for her, and definitely tell her to keep, her heart strong. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's fully healed. But hey, I see what you're doing, Aaron. I see you, buddy. Do the girl right. Listen, that's all I say. But listen, she came out with this record, this new album entitled Escape. And on this album, you could definitely feel her on this one. It wasn't like you wasn't feeling her on the other ones, but on this record, you actually feel her, because we all know what she was going through. You know what I'm saying? So this joint got some bangers on it. Fire Girl, Back to Life, all of your heart, and the joint Always with her 2 kids. But the joint that I really, really, really couldn't stop playing is the joint entitled A Hard Part. And her and Lucky Daye's harmonies and their chemistry just sounds so really, really good on it. So I was like, when I come back to current R&B bangers, that's the song that I'm going to talk about. So on the first joint of current R&B bangers, this is coming from Teyana Taylor and Lucky Daye, and here is Hardest Part. Now I'm going to give y'all a good sample of this. So here we go. All right, just listen. Hey, let me tell you something. Teyana Taylor said, "I'm through," and you felt that. You know what I'm saying? And then I love Lucky Daye's vocals coming in with hers. Like, they sound really, really good together, for real, for real. And I want Teyana to win, because even though, she's really known and she's acting and doing all of that, the album should have did bigger. But the politics of it all and all that good stuff. But this album, you really feel at home on this. So I definitely want y'all to check it out and tell me what y'all thinking and more info about. So the first joint on current R&B bangers is coming from Teyana Taylor, and that is Hardest Part. Hard Part. I'm sorry. Not Hardest Part. Hard Part. Alrighty. So now we're getting into one of the illest songwriters that I think of, like, the last 10 years. Yeah, even a little before then. Yeah, I'll give him like maybe the past 15 years. Yeah. Yeah. I'm talking about Seventh Street. I'm still upset that that Taboo record did not get the love that it was supposed to because she used that Anderson Alexander O'Neal sample. And I talked about it here on Current R&B Bangers, but I wish it would have got the love that it deserved. I just want Seventh Street to win because this girl has been out. She done went from solo to a group, then solo writing for people and all this and putting out music and just not getting the push she deserves. But I love that she loves what she does. You know what I mean? And she just gonna keep doing it for real, for real. But I gotta shout out D Mile too, who's representing R&B as far as production, because every artist that he gets with, he gives them a banger. You know what I'm saying? From Silk Sonic, um, Victoria Monet and India Shawn and Lucky Day and everybody he's been working with, like he's been giving them bangers. You know what I'm saying? So definitely got to shout him out on that for real. And that was on uh Seventh Streeters what was it? Drunken Words and Sober Thoughts for real. And I definitely want y'all to check that out. And check out the stuff before then too. You know what I'm saying? Again, the girl is a dope writer for real. But she got a new banger out, y'all. And it's titled Assumptions. And it is produced by Bam, not Brian Alexander Morgan, Brandon Hodge. And let me tell you something. It is a banger. You can't help the move. And I was like, for sure, when I get on Current R&B Bangers, I will be talking about this record. So the second joint of Current R&B Bangers is coming from Seventh Streeter, and this joint is entitled Assumptions. Now get into it. I'm telling you, the joint is a banger. I want to get to the right part of it. So here we go. Hey, don't wanna lose it, babe. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, you can't help that, man. Come on, y'all. If you're not moving to this joint, like you bugging. You are completely bugging. You can't help but to move the shoulders into it. So I hope Seventh Street, you give us a video for this. If you might got a video out, and I might be late, but yo, I can imagine the video of her giving choreography, like doing a whole joint. I can get Janet flavors from this joint for real, for real. And she can be eating up the choreography and all that. But I want the girl to win. She's just dope for real. And I hope this song does really, really good for her. So Assumptions on all streaming platforms. Definitely want y'all to check that out. All right, like I said, I don't want to keep y'all long. We're going to keep this moving now. All right, so for this joint, I got to give my partner in crime from Natalie Elise from R&B Reps. I got to give her some love because she actually put me on to Rochelle Jordan. Now, I knew of her on some stuff that she did for real, but one day we was driving in the car and me and Elise was coming from probably a bar and she was like, yo, I want to hear Rochelle Jordan and I want to hear All Alone. And I was like, okay. And when she played the record, I was like, whoa, I love this record. Where the hell have I been? And she was like, oh yeah, this joint is a banger. And she got other music for real, for real. So I was like, okay. So me being the music head that I am, I went back and caught the Pleasure album that she got, the Origins record, the new joint that she got, Lovers and Friends. Like, I'm on to her now. Definitely the stuff that she did with Kate Renata, which I think is amazing. And I talked about one of their joints here on Current R&B Bangers. But, yo, she's dope. So I got to shout out my partner in crime for really, really putting me on to Rochelle. But, yo, she got a new album that's coming out in like 9 days. It's entitled Through the Wall. And this single that she got, Sweet Sensation, not Stephanie Mills, but listen, Sweet Sensation is a banger. It is fire. It's just like a nice groove for real. And I was like, yes, I'm definitely going to talk about this joint. So, wait a minute. I do not want to play Seventh Streeter again. Excuse me, y'all know we raw and uncut here, but I don't want to play that. But yes, this is the third joint of R&B Bangers. This is Sweet Sensation. This is from Rochelle Jordan. So get to the right part here so y'all can hear the goodness of this record. So here we go. Everything ain't personal. Hey, 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 you can't help but to move to that joint. You can't help but you gotta move to that joint for real. And it's just a banger for real. Just a nice little groove for real. So I was like, yo, I love this joint. So y'all, it's all on streaming platforms. I want y'all to check that out for real, for real. And the album Through the Walls coming out in 9 days. I'm gonna be there to listen to it. Hopefully you are too. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna take y'all back a little bit, but it's yet current. So shout out to my brother Timogen, who introduced me and my brother Sin to this new group. They're not new, they're new to us, but this group, Young Gun Silver Fox. Now he sent us this song Burning Daylight. And me and Sin lost it. Y'all know Sin. I talk about him a lot. He helps me with this music and all that good stuff. And my brother, love him to death. Love you too, Tim. Yes. But yes, he sent us Burning Daylight. And again, me and Sin went crazy. And the music heads and us was like, okay, we gotta find who these guys are, where they from, all this kind of stuff. So Young Gun Silver Fox is UK soft rock, as they put them. And Adam and Sean actually met each other through MySpace, and they was inspired by each other's music and was like, yo, they were gonna work together. And when they finally got together, it was just magic. And so in 2015, they came out with their first single entitled "Can You Feel It" on the what he called it, the West End Coast album. And let me tell y'all, it was up from there with them. You know what I mean? And then they just kept giving us. Then they gave us AM vibes with what's the record on there? Love Guaranteed and Lenny and those. See, I'm fan. Like I went back for real, for real. Then they gave us Cannons in 2020, then Ticket to Shanghai in 2023. But in 2025, even though this is when I was introduced to them, this album, Pleasure, is it. I'm telling you, me, Tim, and Sin love this album down. Like we talked about it and we continue to talk about it. And Sin saw that we love this album so much that he went and got us the vinyl, and it was part of a birthday gift for me. And he sent it to us, and it sounds so good on there. I'm telling y'all, like, yo, I'm going so hard for these guys because it's just when music feels good, it feels good. And then you want to talk about it and let other people know about it. You know what I'm saying? So joints like Stevie and Slide, you got Just For You, Pleasure, The Greatest Loser, um uh Stealing Time, like so many joints on this album. If I could play the whole album, I would. But the song that I said that I'm gonna talk about is the song that I was introduced to them thanks to Tim. And this song is called Burning Daylight. And y'all, let me tell y'all, the the musicality of it, just the horns. I'm a horn lover. It's horns up all up and through this album for real. And I know before I play the song, I know a lot of people compare them to Steely Dan because of them being white and being a band and all of this kind of stuff. But I don't get that. I see it, I understand it, but I don't get that. For me, I think they're more of that Quincy Jones, Rob Temperton, like that early 80s, even Eric Tagg and a lot of that. I get that flavor. You know what I'm saying? Gino, like a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these songs, I can see James Ingram on. I can see, Patty Austin, even Mike on it. George Benson, like it gives me that flavor. You know what I mean? Very R&B-ish. You know what I'm saying? They try to put it in soft rock, but this is very R&B-ish for real. You know what I'm saying? And the musicality of it, the instruments, all that good stuff is really, really good. But listen, I done talked enough. So let me just play y'all the song. So here is Burning Daylight, and it just sounds so good. So get into it, y'all. Hey, like it sounds so good, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. It sounds so good for real. Like I could play, like I said, if I could play the whole album for y'all, I really, really would, for real, for real. But it is so good. Please go listen to this Pleasure album. It's a pleasure to listen to, and I'm telling y'all gonna want to come back and tell me like, thank y'all, JR, for putting me on to this for real. But I gotta shout out my brothers Timogen and Sin. We love this album. We talk about it, so I wanted to give it to you guys. But that is a banger, and that is the fourth joint of current R&B bangers coming from Young Gun Silver Fox, and that's Burning Daylight. Y'all, I gave y'all four bangers this week, y'all. Four bangers. I came back with some heat, y'all. So y'all got Teyana Taylor and Lucky Daye with Hard Part. You got Sevyn Streeter with Assumptions. You got Rochelle Jordan with Sweet Sensation, and you got Young Gun Silver Fox with Burning Daylight. Yo, heat, y'all. But I want to give y'all a little bit of church announcement before I get out of here. I want y'all to subscribe to the R&B Reps with me and Naturally Elise, where we do catch that's and catch that minis and catch that fan culture, which fan culture is so fun because you can come on and talk about your favorite artists, but you can be a fan of them but not a stan, because we ask you questions about what disappointed you as a fan, what did you didn't like, what they did as a fan, because fan, your artist is not going to be perfect all the time, for real. So what we have on social media where they feel you become a stan, it's not cute, because it's actually taken away from the love of music, because it makes you not want to listen to that artist because of the stands. It's ridiculous. So we created the show where we can kind of talk about that and get into that. You know what I mean? But to catch that, when we talk about albums, classic albums from all the way from the 60s all the way to current, which is just amazing. And to have a co-host just as dramatic and funny and all that, but we love music. It's just amazing. So I definitely want y'all to subscribe to the R&B Reps and really, really show us some love. So the song that I'm gonna go out with is a song from Mabel, and we just did this episode, Chameleon, with Lauren Wilson Carter, the beautiful Lauren, and we really got deep into this album. We got political, we got social, and the songs, just the great writing of Nona Hendrix was amazing. We really got into that. So I was like, y'all know how I do. I like to come in with a kind of a new joint, but I like to exit with a classic joint. And this joint is from the girls. The girls. And this joint is entitled Get You Somebody New. And this is a banger, y'all. So here we go. And hopefully I will see y'all on the next episode of Current R&B Bangers. So here we go. Let me get to the part, and we gonna groove on up out of here. So here we go. I can't stand it. Birds like fire, say I need to be your slave. Get you somebody new, please, y'all.